Yesterday, I had a comment on one of my tutorials that they cannot use the Classic Builder in SamCart, and you have to email SamCart support and tell them that your coach that you hired uses this and that you would like the Classic Builder. I have been using the AI Builder. I like the way it creates. I'm very creative, so I do like that. It is very techy. It is very hard. I feel like SamCart is very difficult, but it's rewarding and challenging, and I love it because once you know what you're doing, it feels amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it Classic Builder. I just did it yesterday for the first time. I started to do it and I didn't really care for it, but when I went in and I started experimenting a little bit more, I started to understand it a little bit better. So I did create, I haven't created the course, but I am going to show you how to do the checkout page. And there's also something else that I want to tell you about that I found uh, that by exploring a little bit more, that is there is something that you can do on the checkout page that you can't do on the 2 column. So the full width is where it lets you put things underneath the actual checkout page of the actual part which shows the credit cards, which I'll show you what I mean. And you could add things in below that. So I really do like that. This just shows you in SamCart which ones are supported by the full width. So all of these you can go in and you could put things underneath that. So what I mean, I'm going to show you the course that I put up. Make sure, I think it's in this one, maybe. Okay, so on the 2 column, what I mean is you could add on things here, you can make it longer. That is what you could do on the other full width. So I'm going to try that one next, but I'm going to show you, you bear with me here because I just did it yesterday. So you're going to want to go into your products, which is under sell, and you're going to go create product. So my main course will be this one, create course blueprint. I had to put create online, but I can switch it up anytime I want, edit it, go into it and change the name of it. So you're going to go into create your product. And so I'm going to do create your first order bump. Like I said, if I don't like this, I'll go in and change the name later. So I do all low ticket. You can do a high ticket here. There's ways to do high ticket later as well as just order bumps. So this will be an order bump. So you're going to create it where your courses live, or the checkout, not your courses, sorry. The checkout pages live here, where I just showed you. And you're going to put a price. You're going to do 35, or let's do 40. Okay, let's do 45. And then you're going to put your product image here. So you're going to click on, pick whatever photo you like, anything you want. And also show you how to create a mock-up later. So we'll do this one for now. I do have that in my other one, so I will change this up later. Then you're going to put a description, what it's about. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll go back in later and put that in there. So you're going to create your product. You're not going to do anything with this right here. And then you're going to go back. You're going to go and click on that. You're going to go design and convert. You're going to go create your first order bump. Let's see what that one looks like. So that one is not the 2 columns. So I'm going to go back out. So go back. And then after you email, that should be here after. And you're going to do change your template. So I'm going to go down to the 2 column. And I'm going to hit check mark and then set template. Then it should be save. You're going to want to save it. Okay, so this is where this is at. And remember, all of this is going to be on mobile. Right here, you're going to want to see how the text is on this side, and I'll show you what I mean. So for the headline, you're going to want to drag this over. You're going to want to put the name of your course, create your first order bump. Oops, yeah. And then you could change up where the size is on this side of the text. So you're going to go into text size. You're going to do it a little lower. And then you're going to see here that that's still too big on the mobile. So you're going to see mobile text size. You're going to go down on that as well because you don't want that huge on your mobile. I mean, you may want it, but and then you're going to put an image here, and you are going to pick that from here again. So just do whatever again, and we're just going to do this one. I'll go change it later. And then you're going to want to go in and you're going to do the, you can do it in the order you want. I usually do, I think I did on my last one here, questions and answers. So how you get that, you're going to see this here, and you're going to go into the title. You're going to say, is this for beginners? And then you're going to answer. You're going to say, no, oops. It's for creators, coaches, anyone new to the game. I mean, you're going to put a lot more in depth and detail, not like a huge page, but you're going to want a little bit more, you could have ChatGPT write it. You just put your own paragraph, but don't let ChatGPT take over what you're saying. So once you click it here, you're going to see the answer, and then you're going to go down and do the rest of them on there. So see, you're going to go down and do 3 more. Okay, and so then you're going to well, before that, let's put it right here. So if you want to add something in, just go in and click it right where that line is. And then you're going to put why you created this. You're going to have ChatGPT, there again, your words, do a better paragraph. Or if you're not great at writing or English, like I wasn't great at papers, then you're going to want to do that. If you don't need that, then that's fine. But do not let it take over what you're trying to say. So I already had this from before because I was recording and I hit pause and then unpause, and I don't know if it was recording or not. And I threw a little mini fit, And I said a little, things just getting mad. Because Loom is very tricky. I've done this before on Loom. If I hit pause, you can't tell if you're recording or not. Because even on pause, it was still showing the numbers going. And I'm just like, where am I at now? So I don't even know what I was doing at that point or what I was saying. So you're going to copy, paste that. And there we go. And so at the bottom here, you're going to do another text and then slide it. I put a little disclaimer, and I think I have that in here again already. So, okay, let's just do this one because you're going to want to tell them, just a reminder, this course is a guide to help you get started, but the results come from taking action, put in the work, practice what you learn, and keep improving. That's where the real progress begins. You're going to want to just let them know that it's, if you don't show up and do the work, then, it's not going to work. And of course, everybody's path and journey is different. So just something, then you're going to, why I want to try the other one, because I want to put some different things on the bottom where this doesn't let you put anything on the bottom here underneath. So that is why I want to try that one where you could put things underneath, and you could also add in different mock-ups. So that is where you'll do that. Now, this is just a really fast showing you because I don't want to spend too much time, but this is the 2-column. And so if you want to get this to where it's closer, you can preview it here. And it's not horrible. You see there's a lot of space in between. For me, it's a little bit too much. So you're going to want to go here in the blue part. You're just going to hover over it, whatever the word is. And you're going to hit this little thing where their setting is. And then you're going to go into the top padding, the bottom padding, you're going to put it to 0. 0. Another thing you're going to want to check on here is the margin, which it looks like it's at 0 already. Then you're going to go on to this block. You want to do it individually because it doesn't set up the whole page for you. You're going to have to do it by what you dragged over. I don't know if I'm saying the right word, but anyway, so you're going to do 0. You're going to do the bottom padding again. The margins are set at 0, so that's good. You're going to do it here. Then you're going to do 0, 0, and so on. And if you are, of course, not interested in SamCart, there's Kajabi, there's StanStore. Those are the two I started on, but I feel like this is the best that I've seen for order bumps because it's right in the same checkout page. You don't have to leave the checkout page to go to your other, whether it's an ebook, a guide, another mini course. 0, 0. Okay. So then that is going to be a lot closer. And then something else you could do to make it look a lot more nice. Well, you don't have to. It depends on. So just say, like, not more nice, but it's going to put in a divider kind of from your wording as well. You're going to go into this. You're going to do that if you want to. You could also make this where it's not. Wait, that's not it. I think that's. I don't know if there's an option to do the putting it closer. So anyway, you're going to go into the divider. You're going to put it kind of to divide. You're going to show, it's going to show that little line there. I swore there was a way to do that. But anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time in there. But you can do that. The divider, right, it has one there. Or did it? Let's see. Okay. And there's a lot of other things I haven't messed with for this. For instance, there is the guarantee, so you could add guarantees in there. That's what I assume that is. So let's see, you can do money back, but since I do low ticket, I'm really not going to focus on doing the money back. Satisfaction 100% guaranteed. You can start doing things like that. You can do the tabs, which I'm not sure. The countdown, which I guess if you do a countdown on your course, you could do that. Let's see what that looks like. Well, oh, I think you have to drag it over. The progress bar, I'm not sure what that is either. I'm going to have to get back with you on that. There's testimonials if you have testimonials. If you're new, you're going to just show, obviously, before and after pictures or videos of what you're teaching, what you're helping people with, stories, behind the scenes. Okay, I think there was, you can do where you could do where it's not so spaced out. So there you go. You just have to really mess with those things on here. So yes, there we go. Because I don't want it too spaced out. So then you're going to go back and mess with that later. So there's the satisfaction guarantee. We'll just leave that in there for now. So it's kind of cool. I haven't tried it yet. So, all right. And then you could also make that smaller by hitting the blue. And then you do these little lines here. And you can pick what you want. You can do smaller. See what that looks like. Oh, that's really small. Okay. I don't want it that small. Let's see what that one does. Wow. Okay, that took it off completely. So let's just leave it right here for now. That was weird, but okay. So then we got that. Now I'm going to kind of show you if you want to change your colors in the background. You're going to hit this block. You're going to find the blue again. You're going to do the little settings on here. And you're going to go to, okay, that's doing the background. I wonder if that's connected to this. Hold on. Settings, page style. Maybe that's. Okay. Page style. All right, let's do the background color of this part. So you could also get your hex colors, hex code colors if you don't like any of these, which, that's something you could play with. Go in and pick your colors, pick what you want. This already had something from when I created it. And this piece, something should be able to do the background color on this, which I did that before. Oh, background color, there it is. And then you're going to do maybe just do that for now. And I said you could always change it later. You're going to get this, and you're going to do the background color for that. And there again, you're just going to do, you do it lighter. You could change the hex code. And then I'm going to do this. And I know I changed the color to that before. I'm really positive I did. I'll have to double check my other one. For some reason, it's not changing the color. So I'll mess with that later and then let you know. Like, I just did this really fast yesterday. Okay. So bear with me here. I put it together. Let's see if this one changes or not. It might not. Okay. So then if you don't like this block, you're going to go into call to action, I believe. No. It's the checkout form. You're going to go to bottom and you're going to put the button color and you're going to change that up if you don't like that as well. Let's just try blue. So these colors are all, all over the place, but let's see, preview. This is just a really short, video showing you. There's a way to change the background a little bit as well for the page style. You're going to go down, you're going to do the footer color, and you're going to change that to that. Let's see. Let's preview that. So okay, so in my other one, I changed the whole background, I believe. Let me look to that. And I wasn't able to figure out how to change this actual block because there's nothing in here that shows like this. So I don't think there's a way to change the actual checkout page, but that's fine because you want it to stand out. But let me show you what I mean when I go into the blueprint and I was able to change this up right here, the whole thing in the background. So I know there's a way to do that, but since I'm doing it so fast, so I am going to definitely have to mess with that. There's things you could do to do the whole things, but I'm going to have to actually go in and mess with that again and see what I missed. So that is just a basic, 2-column. It's easy to do. I mean, it is a little tough. As you saw me, I'm still fumbling around, and there's some different things that you could put in there still. But I just wanted to show you that if you play with it and you go and you highlight everything, you do the page style, then I'm sure you can find out what to do. If you Google things and you go on and you can see this is just guides to show you how to do the background. You see what I mean? Background color. So this is a better guide. It's SamCart. Literally, if you Google SamCart help with background of your classic builder, then it will show you and guide you and take you on steps. So this is what I did to find everything. But since I'm showing you really fast, this is just a way to do your 2-column classic builder. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will probably be using this a lot just to play with, but I really do like the AI. If you learn how to do AI, it is really cool. You can get really creative with it. Both to me are a little bit difficult. I'm going to say, yeah, it's a little bit difficult if you don't know and you're just a beginner. I and experimenting with this. So again, bear with me on showing you tutorials, but hopefully this helped. It wasn't too confusing, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your morning.